So this is the XAUUSD analysis for Thursday, 2nd of November. XAUUSD, also known as gold. Now let's have a look what happened on the 1st of November. So here on the 1st of November, we have caught a bit of a bid in around this 168 level, and we did see a pretty strong follow through. So we caught a bit of a bid around this 168 level. Had a bit of a double bottom down here. We've tested, pulled back a bit, tested, and we've seen the follow through in prices. So we did mention we were looking at this 179 level. We've pulled back a bit from 179, but we found support in around 20 period moving average. We've retested this 1279 level again, and almost again on that occasion over there as well. Now, the frequency of which we're testing is 1279 level. We could potentially see a break, as we have tested on several occasions now, and we do appear to be putting in a slightly bullish move. So we've got to move down here to the lows. We've got a higher low, slightly lower. So we've had our low, our higher low, slightly lower low, but we've broken above these levels again to test this 1279. We've all pulled back down and we've been supported by this 20 period moving average. So we have to bear that in mind, that we are being supported by 20 period moving average. Currently we've been supported by the 200 period moving average as well. So we do look poised for some upside momentum, but we do remain cautious as we're in somewhat bearish territory. Now, if we do break above 1279, our next target is pretty obvious. It's all the way up at 1284, coupled with its 400 period average. But we possibly may see some selling momentum taking us all the way back down to where we found buyers previously. Now, if we do break above, say, 1284, the very next level above 1284 is at 1296. But first we have to see how prices react to this 1279 level. Whether let's just grab this over, drag this over. Yes, we have to wait to see how prices react around this 1279 level, whether we do break above it and hold it, say a close here on the hourly chart, a couple of closes on the hourly chart before we target the very next level in around this 1284. So let's just have a look at the weekly time frame. Oh, I didn't even mention downside targets. I'm just going to mention the downside targets. Sorry about this. So our downside targets, again, we've got a major psychological level in around this 1263. But before we get down to 1263, we may see some, we could potentially see some resistance, well, some support in around this 1268 level, as we have found buyers come into the market on 2 occasions more recently in around this 1268. Also 1268 does appear to be the acted as resistance on a couple of occasions just over here on the left of the chart. So it may act as support again for a third time for a move to retest this 1279 level if we do not hold 1279 and we do break down in prices. So let's just have a look at the weekly that we were mentioning before. If this pen decides to work sometime today, it would be nice. So we're just going to go over to the weekly chart. So on this weekly chart, we're still operating in the shadow. That's the reason we're cautious with our bullish analysis. We're still operating in shadow of the sell-off from the 400 period average. We've had series of bearish consecutive. We've had a series of bearish days. Now, so far this week, well, weeks. Now, so far this week, we do appear to be in bullish territory. We do seem to have had the follow-through in buying momentum from last week's candle, which tested the 1263 level. And the wick on the low of last week's candle indicates that there was some buying momentum. Now, if we do see a sell-off, further sell-off in prices, say we do turn around, We're targeting at 1263 to see if we do get a triple bottom and we do get balancing prices. If we don't, and prices do continue upwards, again, we've mentioned 1284 and we have mentioned also 1296. But here on this weekly time frame, we did have a series of higher lows. We did appear to be putting a higher low in around 1263, but the sell-off from 1357 has continued downwards, and we are so we've had a continuation downwards. We've had strong candles, bearish candles on a weekly time frame. Last week as well, it was no exception. So we do expect to see further downside momentum, possibly for a retest of 1263 before we look for a strong move to the upside. That's here on this weekly chart. Now, bear with me a second here. I'm just going to have a look at the daily chart before I wrap up the analysis. So, on this daily chart, again, we've had some selling come into the market in around these levels, in around this 1296. So it does appear to be a very strong level. Now, we've had price come down to pretty much these 1263, and we have seemed to caught a bit by these 4 bullish candles. So we definitely be supposed to counter trend. Well, I don't encourage counter trend trading anyway, because on this daily time frame we've got a high there, we've got a lower high. So we do appear to be short biased, but we have seemed to have found support in around 1263. So we do place a great priority on us holding 1263 as support, so we can look for upside targets in around 1284, 1296, and 1305. Now, if instead of we got the reversal from this psychological level in around this 1263. We could be looking for prices to get all the way down into the mid 1240s. But overall, we do appear to have put in a bit of a double bottom here, and we do appear poised for upside momentum to test these 1284, possibly 1296, and above which we're looking at 1305. But we do remain cautious as we are operating in the shadow of the lower high just here. So, yeah, that should wrap up the XAUUSD analysis. So before I go, LCS, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching.